Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel, Rock Stars. I am Natty Rock, and today we are going to be talking about this enormous stack of physical media that I got exchanged, received for over the holidays. This thing is ridiculous, and it's not even all of it. Um, so I'm very excited. If you're part of my replay crew, welcome. This is going to be a little bit of a wild ride. I hope you join us again, and I hope you subscribe. We talk about all kinds of stuff on our channel. So, um, yeah. Usually, what I do is I will talk about the main points and talk with everybody live. After that, if once we get through the whole content portion of it, I will end up cutting the rest for time. If you're somebody who likes to join in the conversation, I truly encourage you to subscribe and join us for the next live stream because it's a lot of fun to talk with you guys and chat live. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna put these all together. I'm gonna take a second, make sure everybody's on, and then get going. Like I said, it's not even all of it. I have this whole bag, and I have a couple more titles waiting off to the side. So it's gonna be a bit of insanity. Just gonna wait for my usual crew to kind of join us really quickly, and then I will get started. I see Danette's on. Hey Danette, what is up? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. That cough, man. I literally have the stack is on the floor. Look at how high it gets. And then I have this whole bag and I have other stuff on the side. So we got a lot of ground to cover. So I guess I'm just gonna go for it. Should I start with the stack, the bag, or the side titles? You let me know. Alright, looks like we're officially live on Twitch, so that is great. I said, oh wow. And she said, bag. All right. These are actually the titles that I received on Christmas Day. We celebrate a couple holidays in my family, so a lot of the rest of this are titles that were exchanged for a different holiday in December, and a few titles that I bought myself. The stuff on the top, most of it is stuff I bought for myself. So we got gifts galore. So let's start with this bag, as per Danette's request. Oh, I actually have a couple things mixed in here, but we're not going to talk about that. Alright. The bag's fun because I know you get to surprise, right? First up is I Love Lucy, the complete series on DVD. We have a mix of Blu-rays and DVDs. Anything that doesn't have a Blu-ray copy available was got on DVD. So this is really awesome. I'm so excited to open this later. I don't know if I should open the plastics now while I'm on camera or not, but this is it, and I mean, who doesn't love Lucy? Everybody loves Lucille Ball. I have not seen Being the Ricardos yet, and it's on my list. It's probably on the list of things to review on the channel, actually. So this is the set. This includes not only the original, I'll read you guys the back of the box, 194 of your favorite grape stompin', I can never say this right, Vitamina Vegemin Spoonin' show stealing episodes, plus special features on 33 discs. So that's really exciting. So it says, in October of 1951, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz debuted their first episode of what was to become one of the best loved and most watched TV shows of all time. Seeing redheaded Lucy and her Cuban bandleader husband Ricky Ricardo, along with their neighbors and comic foils Ethel and Fred Mertz, got into the most hilarious predicaments ever imaginable. This must-own collection contains all of the classic episodes from the 6 seasons of I Love Lucy, which is the big box over here, or this big box. I'm gonna do this one. Plus 3 iconic seasons of the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour that ran from 1957 to 1960. Overflowing with notable guest stars and escapades that never lose their entertainment value, it's no wonder everyone still loves Lucy. So I'm very excited about this one. Woo! Um, I mean, I Love Lucy. I don't know about you, but it is a comfort show for me 100%. It's one of those shows that if I'm not feeling good or it's a random late night and I just like, you just get creeped out in the house or whatever, you throw on I Love Lucy and you feel so much better. So I'm really happy to have this. And I didn't even know that they had a comedy, like a sketch comedy show at some point. So I'm really excited to dive into that portion of it. So yes, I'm very happy about this. I said, ooh, and talking about being the Ricardo. She said she's seen it and it's good. I've heard only good things about being the Ricardo, so it's definitely on the list of things to watch very soon. Hey Crystal, what is up? You got here just in time. We just showed off the first item, which is the complete series of I Love Lucy, plus multiple seasons of the Lucy and Dizzy Comedy Hour, which I didn't even know existed until I got the box set. All right. Second item in this big bag of wonderful things. It is the L Word, the complete season, their complete series. I'm very excited about this. I'm very sad though because they sent my husband a broken copy, like the packaging's all messed up and stuff. So that's really disappointing because I really love this show a lot. I mean, I wouldn't have bought the show if I didn't. Um, but yes, I'm very excited for this one. Uh, I I have so many series now to get through. It's gonna be ridiculous. I'm not gonna be able to watch anything new until Christmas next year, I feel like. Um, but this has the entire series plus a bunch of special features. Um, this is a show that I grew up with. Like teenage years is what I watched a lot of. It's a lot of things that are like really risque and a lot of things that I don't agree with, a lot of the things the characters do. But it's still a lot of fun. And in case you've never heard of the L Word, which I see Danette says she hasn't watched the show, this is a show based around a friend group of lesbians who live in LA. This is like the first portrayal ever of lesbians on TV like this, like openly gay women on TV was never done before this show. This was a completely groundbreaking show when it came out. There is the reboot going on right now, but I've heard mixed reviews of that and I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched all of this series yet, so I'm excited to finally watch it straight through, start to finish, and then maybe I'll watch Generation Q. I'm not like super intrigued by it. It seems like a lot of pandering in the show, at least at the beginning. So I don't know if I'm gonna watch that, but that is the little explanation of the L Word. But yeah, I love that show. I'm so excited about it. Next up, there's one more thing in here. Is Twilight Forever. I have wanted to get this since way back in the day, when all the movies ended and this box set came out. I've wanted this forever, and I never got it, and I never like pulled the trigger on this one. Um, and this is another one of those things that I grew up with. I read the entire book series in the 5th grade, start to finish. I will forever love Twilight. I have a little shelf that's got just all like exclusive of my Twilight books and like pop figures and like different memorabilia of Twilight. I love the series. I know that it's hot garbage. I know that their love between them, like some of the stuff can be pretty toxic. At certain points is not great, like showcasing of what a relationship should be, but I still love this show, love these movies, and I can understand where they falter, especially now as an adult, where people falter with the series. So it's good to have that context now. But I still love these. I will do eventually. I want to do like a video essay on Twilight and like the repercussions, like psychological repercussions of the way that the characters are and the flaws, the character flaws in this, and the fact that the flaws aren't really spoken of, that these things are normalized that are like pretty toxic. um so eventually I will do that, but I still love Twilight, and this one is like the super mega bonus one, and I am all about the bonus features, so I'm really excited to dig into this one eventually. um It includes 10 hours of all of the features that were ever created. I love that. I love that. Love special bonus features. I'm gonna grab a couple comments. Crystal said, I never got the Twilight vibe. I get it. It said, I'm old. My daughter did. Um, yeah, I totally get why you probably didn't. I think for the most part, like there are outliers. There are women of all ages. I'm sure there was plenty of like grandmas and stuff who got into Twilight. I remember there was people who were moms, people in their 50s. There was that one lady in her 50s who got the entire back piece of Twilight, which was like crazy. Um that lady really liked Twilight. I couldn't do that. Um but you know, people of all ages liked it, but it was mostly the younger people that really got into it. I think like there was like that whole vampire and like witch craze growing when I was growing up, and like that has definitely shaped my tastes in things, and you'll probably see that as we go along of all the stuff that I got. So that's everything that was in this bag. There's a couple more things in here, but they're not movie related. So we will continue on. I'm gonna hit the side two, I think, that I have off the side, and then I will hit this Big Mama stack. Um, so next up, I got a lot of series, which is like great. These two I bought for myself. Oh, I'm gonna grab this. Danette said, "LOL, I just watched a marathon of Twilight." Yes, Danette. Yes, I love it. I love it. Um, I want to go to Forks so badly. Like side note, it's one of my dream road trips is to go to Forks, and I don't know if you know this, but the Bella Swan's house, like the Swan house, is now an Airbnb, which is like a ridiculously expensive one, but I want to stay there for one night, you know. So that's on my bucket list to go to Forks, have the experience. There used to be apparently all kinds of museums and things like in Forks, like all kinds of Twilight things to do. And then now that everything's like fallen off, a lot of the stuff is like closed, which is so disappointing. But there's still like a Twilight troupe, like an acting troupe that like does like this whole thing, and there's still like a museum there and stuff like that. You can still go to a lot of the places, so I want to go there so bad. Let's see. Since I love and HBO Max has all of them. That is good to know. Thank you. Crystal said, and also thank you again for hooking me up earlier. Crystal said, my movie music taste is pretty hard and dark. My romance movie is Natural Born Killers. Jesus. I've never seen that one before. I recently heard of it, actually. I'd never watched, like, I just recently, in the last, like, month heard of this movie. So I'm gonna have to watch Natural Born Killers now that I know that that is your romance movie. Definitely does not sound like a romance movie. Maybe like a more dark, modern version of Bonnie and Clyde kind of a thing. Not really. I feel like it's, I guess maybe more like, I don't know, like, it's probably serial killers who fall in love or something. That's fucking hilarious though. I'm gonna wait on those actually. I'm gonna get through some of the stuff that I got for myself. So recently this like top kind of portion. I don't know if I might be missing something else in here. 1, 2, 3. I thought there was 4 things that I bought for myself while I was at. Oh, 4. Haha. I went to Walmart recently and I decided to splurge on myself a little bit. Um, Chris said they love each other, just a lot of drugs and killing. Yikes. So I went to Walmart and I decided to splurge on a few things. I first off got myself this 50 movie set of John Wayne. Not everything is John Wayne. It says a big chunk of it is John Wayne classics, and there's the 3 Musketeers. I don't know why they spelled it like that. The Rough Riders and the Range Busters. I tried watching one recently, and I'm not gonna lie, Crystal is gonna be really disappointed. John Wayne, now we're talking. It was so boring. But I think that none of these are like his big hits, to be honest, because it's 50 movies in one collection. And it is a Mill Creek release of 50 movies, so it's not gonna be the best ones. I was very bored. I was also not feeling good at all, so that probably didn't help um the situation. But like you don't have it. I'm trying to remember like some of his big hits. Like was like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I want to say is one of his. No, no, I'm going crazy. You don't have Rio Bravo in here, True Grit, El Dorado, like any of his like big The Searchers, like any of his big movies are not in here. Not even close. So I think that's gonna like you know, it's gonna be but I've never really watched like westerns. I watched a couple growing up, but like I didn't ever really like paid attention or whatever. Like it was really rare, like maybe one western. Um was just never kind of around. So I figured I'd give it a shot, and like $12 for 50 movies sounded like a good deal. So um we'll see. I'll try them out some more when I'm not like in pain. I was like getting a migraine and I was still sick. So Crystal said just the cinema of those tapes is a vibe. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping is like I could probably like put it in the background and be like a vibe if not anything else. If I don't like it, then I'll probably we'll eventually probably do like a giveaway of movies. So you know, Jeanette said my grandfather was a big fan of Mr. Wayne. Yeah, I feel like the older generations are huge fans of John Wayne. Um, my husband's grandfather is a huge fan of John Wayne. Um, So I really wanted to give it a shot. I originally grabbed it because I was like, well, we should get this for your grandpa. But then he was like, he has every movie of John Wayne on DVD. He's fine. And I was like, okay, never mind. I'll get it for myself. Might as well just try it. All right, on a completely different genre, we got Sesame Street triple feature, holiday triple feature. I know, completely out of the blue. Um, but I think like any other kid who's grown up in the past 50 years, we all have a nostalgia for Sesame Street. Um, and so I was like, you know what? This looks really cute. There's like one like Sesame Street movie that I absolutely love from when I was a kid. Elmo and Grouchland. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but I love that movie. And it's one of those comfort movies for me. And so I thought, you know what? These look really cute. I will give it a shot. Why not? You know, it was also I think $12. Triple feature had plenty in it. I did watch the Sesame Street Christmas already, and it was or Once Upon a Sesame Street Christmas. And let me tell you, I actually adored this movie. I already watched it twice. It was so cute. It also included a Sesame Street Christmas Carol, which was obviously a lot older. The quality of the taping of that was not as good as Sesame Street Christmas. This one seemed like a real full movie. Um, and it was great. It was so cute. I couldn't recommend this movie more if you're looking for like a cute little romp, you know. Um, if you guys are interested, um, it's essentially a bedtime story that apparently now Elmo's got a dad and a mom, which is like news to me. But his dad is tucking him in and he tells him the story of how Christmas came to Sesame Street and that Sesame Street used to be this place where nobody liked each other and they were terrible people, and this is how everything changed and Sesame Street became the friendliest, happiest street all anywhere around. And it was very cute. It was very heartwarming, a nice little fun, easy romp. Um, all in all, between this and the feature and bonus runtime is 114 minutes. So it's like a cute little short time. I highly recommend it. And I have not watched the other two features on here yet, but I am excited to try them out. So there you go. And this is a Shout Factory release for anybody who's interested in, or it's Shout Factory Kids. Some people are into the people who put these movies out. I am. That's why I mentioned the other one is a Mill Creek release. But yeah. Next up, we have a Hallmark movie. I feel like this is the second year in a row that I buy, one of these red Hallmark movies. Last year, my husband got it for me. This year, I bought it for myself. So I think it's going to become a Christmas tradition is to buy a new Hallmark Christmas movie every year. This one's a Nashville Christmas Carol. Um, this was fun. It definitely is exactly what you would expect. It is a Hallmark movie. Girl and guy used to be best friends. They had a fling, the whole shebang, um, and they get back together. The fun Hallmark ending with a Christmas, like a country Christmas Nashville twist. Lots of country music. We actually have a couple of country music people in here. Um, Winona Judd is in here and Kix Brooks. So if you're a country music person, you might like this a lot. I thought it was a fun little romp. I enjoyed it. So there you go. Then I also, we'll go in the order of the stack. Next up, it is a copy of The Labyrinth, the 35th anniversary edition on 4K, Blu-ray, and digital. I need to renew that code. We'll probably sell the code or something. But yes, I love, 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 love Labyrinth. I only discovered this movie a few years ago. My husband showed it to me, and I have been hooked ever since. I have tried multiple times to have a Labyrinth birthday party. Both times were pandemic times, so it just didn't work out. But maybe eventually. I want her dress very badly, and I love them both, and I adore David Bowie in this movie, and I want to see more of David Bowie in movies. So yes, I love it, and I cannot wait to open it. And that is the film. I don't know about y'all, but fucking Labyrinth, man. David Bowie, punk. Love her. Love. Oh, Jesus. I love this movie. Absolutely everything I could ever want in a movie. I love high fantasy movies, so this is just like high fantasy meets the Muppets. Like, what the fuck? Of course I'm gonna watch that movie. All right. Next up is The Addams Family. I got this for so cheap at Walmart. Oh, I'm gonna catch this. Jeanette said that's my daughter's all-time fave. I love Labyrinth. We have something in common. Me and your daughter have something in common. Um, that is, oh, I, I, I would venture to say it is probably my all-time favorite high fantasy movie at this point in my life. Which is saying something because I absolutely adore Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. So yeah. All right, back on it. Next up, I have the complete series of The Addams Family. I used to watch this as a kid on like rerun TV. They used to have. I'm trying to think of it, like I think TV Guide sometimes had it on, and there was this random channel that kind of like seemed very like sketchy, like it just kind of popped out of nowhere on the antenna, kind of a thing, doing reruns, stuff like that. And I used to catch the Addams Family, and I really liked it. I really liked this one. I really liked the Munsters. I liked Gilligan's Island, like a lot of that like classic TV I love, and I would eventually love to get through all of it. But yes, I have the complete series of Addams Family, and I got it for like $20, and it was selling online for like 40 or something insane. So I got very lucky at Walmart. I'm very happy about that. And it looks great. It's the whole set on 3 cases, DVDs, and it's got plenty of commentary and bonus features. This is all the special features in the back, which is excellent for me. I love, like I said, bonus features. Jeanette said that Neverending Story. I've been wanting to watch Neverending Story again. I own Neverending Story 1 and 2 on DVD, and I keep thinking about watching it, but every time with the Atreyu part and the horse, fucking hell. I don't want to live through that again. I also feel like that movie is just like a smidge too long. But I digress. Next up is a film that I actually bought for my husband, but I thought I'd pop him in here because we did a lot of exchanges and stuff, and some of this stuff is like was for him, but it was kind of for us, kind of a thing. So it's like all kind of meshed in here. Um, and so I got him this awesome Blu-ray combo pack of all 3 parts of Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses series. Again, just like the hodgepodge, man. How do we go from Sesame Street to Labyrinth, Hallmark to this, and I Love Lucy? I don't know. It's such a weird hodgepodge of movies, but here we are. I really enjoyed House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects growing up. Um, I have not been able to rewatch them yet to be able to watch Three from Hell, which is finally a new movie in the series. Everybody thought that it was done for, but then of course Rob Zombie somehow manages to pull it out his ass. Love that guy, he's great. I do really enjoy these movies. Um, yeah, I just these are great. They're like very heavily like they're so heavy though, so I don't know if I could like emotionally take these right now cuz it's a lot. It is like really fucking dark. So, yeah, the Rob Zombie excellent trilogy. And I'm happy that I was able to find this for him cuz it was kind of hard. And I went into the store and I couldn't freaking find it anywhere. Oh, that is awful. The films, I'm not going to show my code, but the quality on the actual film, like the print on it, is like garbo. So I hope the quality was good on these. My husband sat down immediately and watched all of them. So I hope the quality was okay. All right, next, Elf. This was another purchase for my husband that's kind of for both of us. But it's just on Blu-ray from Target. They're like special. They had like a special going on right before Black Friday, where it was like this was on sale for like $6 or $7. Plus, there was like a buy to get one on it. So I got that and this and one more thing. Oh, actually, I'll show you guys. And I got Jumanji, the next level. I have the original, and I need to get the what is it called? The first reboot. This is the second, like the second part of the reboot series, the first one in the reboot series. I don't remember what it's called, but this was like $5. Actually, it was on sale for $5, and I technically got it for free because I did that buy to get one sale. Um, so yeah, I really enjoy the Jumanji series. I think it's a lot of fun. Elf. I mean, what more can I say about Elf? Everybody knows Elf. Everybody loves Elf. You know. All right. Next up, going with that Addams Family complete series, is the Addams Family double pack of the two Addams Family, and Addams Family Values with Angelica Houston, which is my favorite version of any of the Addams Family things because fucking hell, like, I'm sorry. Angelica Houston and Raul Julia, like, bro, like, could you ask for a better pairing? Like their chemistry in these movies is everything. And now the more Mamakusa like fucking edition came out, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Now I'm gonna have to go turn this, exchange it because I want the more edition. I want more of their dancing together. Like they're fiery and I love them together. I love their passion together and it's just like I will never get over Gomez and Morticia, especially in this one. It's just like, ah. I mean, like, it's fucking Angelica Houston. Like, come on. Love them. Danette says, love Jumanji. I know what you meant. It's okay. Jumanji's great. I will never get over Addams Family. I fucking love this movie. I've been so excited to finally watch it again. It's been so long since I've been able to watch it. I've only been able to, like, see clips online because it was like nowhere. Like I couldn't get it for a bit, and now it's on streaming. Next up, I'm telling you, this whole pile is all over the place. It is a copy of the director's edition or director's cut of Midsommar. I love this movie. Like everything, just gonna say that every fucking 5 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. But it's true. I love. Oh, it comes with the regular and the director's cut. Wow, I didn't realize that. That's kind of everything. Midsommar is one that I would love to make a review on, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I would totally be down for that. If you guys are too. This movie is... If you guys haven't seen it, holy fuck, you're in for a ride, dude. This is a movie that 9 out of 9 out of 10 people are not gonna fucking like this movie. I would venture to say, like, 99 out of 100 people are not gonna like this movie. They're gonna be, like, really weirded out and fucked up from it. Um, it is definitely that kind of a movie. This is a cult horror movie. And like, it's technically categorized as folk horror. So if you've ever seen Wicker Man, apparently that's like the folk horror movie. I need to watch that because I didn't know what Wicker Man was. I thought it was something completely different, and they told me it's like Midsommar, and I'm like, wow, I need to watch that now. Um, so I guess this movie's like this generation's Wicker Man. I guess. Um, if you like Wicker Man, you'll like this movie, I guess. If you didn't, probably stay away from this movie because it's fucking a lot. But I love it. Anything cults, anything to do with cults, I'm just fascinated. So can't wait to watch that. The only downfall is my husband, lovingly, I love him, got me a Blu-ray player, and he specifically paid a lot extra to get a Blu-ray player that was region free. So he wanted to get the unlocked kind, which I personally specifically asked for because, oh, one second, guys. Um, Sorry, guys. I will be right back. Give me one second, guys. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I am back now. Oh, that is such a good point. Danette said Netflix, Hulu, and Disney have a group watch option. That would be amazing to watch a movie all together. That would be really fun. I don't think I'd be able to do it on YouTube. I think we'd have, like, I guess we'd watch it independently. So I'll have to see when I can do that or how we can set that up. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. I love this idea though. Because I don't know if the group watch is like you can see each other or not, or talk to each other or not, or if you guys just all stream it at the same time. So I don't have to look into that. Let me know if you know. But yes, Midsommar, great movie. Oh, so my husband got me one, and it's supposed to be region free. Which if you're not a movie buff, um, you wouldn't know that a lot of movies are region locked. So like if I bought a movie here in the US, like let's say like I bought Addams Family, and I go to the UK and I try to put it in a DVD player. Like I go see my friend in the UK. We want to have a movie night. I took this movie with me. I try to put it in the regular DVD player. It's not gonna play. Which is really stupid. But these are region locked, so there's like 3 or 4 regions. Um, for Blu-rays, there's more for DVD. Um, and so if I take this Blu-ray in the UK to work, you'll see that little blue thing. That means that it's a rating thing or whatever. But you only see these in UK releases. Is this little rating right here? Um, but that also means that you can only really watch it on what's called a Region B player. Um, and so we bought this copy of Midsommar Director's Cut because it was like, oh, well, I just got this region free player. This is great. You know, I could watch these region unlocked films or region locked films that I wouldn't be able to see problem with region locking is that there's a lot of titles that get put out here in the US that people in the UK don't never see on physical media, and a lot of movies in the UK that never make it over here to the US. And so that's why I was making a point to do that, is because these I want to be able to see the films that people get to see in the UK. I want to see the films that people get to see in Asia, because there's movies in Asia that never come over to the US either. Um so yeah, so that's the point of that whole spiel. But lo and behold, we put the DVD in, or the Blu-ray in, and it was not region unlocked. The fucking Amazon listing is a goddamn scam, and so that's really aggravating because we spent a lot of extra money to get a Blu-ray player, where I could have gotten a Blu-ray player for $60, and we paid twice as much, like at least twice as much, to get a region unlocked one. Now I found out of a verified place where we could go and get like a region unlocked one that's like a really good, like, well-known website. So we're gonna have to return that to Amazon and then call them out on their bullshit and then go get a new one um, from the other place. So that's that whole thing. So I haven't been able to watch Midsommar, which is really disappointing because I love this movie. Jeanette said, "What if you took your own player to your friend's house? Would that work?" Yeah. So like, if I went to the UK with my copy of Elf on Blu-ray, and I took my DVD player from here in the US and took it to the UK, then we could happily watch Elf on Blu-ray and it wouldn't be an issue. If I simply took the disc to the UK and tried to put it in their UK-based player, it would not work. It would give you an error code or some kind of thing that says like region locked, you cannot watch this here, or whatever it is that they usually put on there. So that's the problem. There's like an encoding inside of inside of the disc, as well as inside of the players themselves, that lock them to a certain place. So if you buy a regular schmegular Blu-ray player here in the US, you will only be able to watch region free, like region A movies. You can't go to a regular store and buy a region unlocked player. You have to go to specific places like this website I recently found out about. And originally people used to be able to buy this one off Amazon and it was fine, but then now these people became scammy. So that really sucks. So that's the explanation. Dragon Man said, "Good evening, good evening. You caught me right in the middle of showing off all my holiday movies, or movies that I got over the holidays." I know, it really does. It's such bullshit. But they have licensing reasons, and it's not the print company's fault. It is the licensing stuff, and they all have reasons as to why they do that, and blah 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 blah. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. It's supposed to protect the industry, so it is what it is. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Next up, a movie that I have watched. Like, I've watched a lot of this stuff, but I'm saying I opened and watched. Is Schindler's List. This movie is one of those movies that is very long, but very, very good. This is, of course, a Steven Spielberg film, all in black and white, even though it didn't need to be. That was part of his editing decisions, his filmmaking decisions, and I think that was well worth it. I think I enjoy the fact that this movie is in black and white a lot. I love this movie. Anything to do with this kind of stuff, anything that's like even remotely related, any kind of films that have to do with World War II and what the people suffered, especially obviously the Jewish people are the people who were the forefront of the extermination. That's exactly what that was, the genocide. But there are plenty of other groups of people who were also gone after. I know that like gypsy isn't the correct term, but that's like the term that they used at the time. The Jews, the gypsies, the disabled, anybody LGBT were kind of the mass groups. But then after that, it was just kind of anybody who wasn't blonde, blue-eyed, and wasn't Jewish. You were gone. So anything to do with what the people suffered at the hands of the Nazis is something that I enjoy watching. I love Schindler's List. I really enjoyed The Pianist, and I want to get that on Blu-ray. Um, I'm trying to think about. I can't even think about what else right now, which is a shame because I know there's plenty of other things. Um, I really want to watch Showa, which is this like literal. It's quite literally. I'm not joking when I say this. It is a 10-hour documentary about what happened to the Jews and looking directly at the people who suffered, like speaking directly with the people who were there and suffered and were in concentration camps and all that kind of stuff. Um, I'm dying to watch it. It's a Criterion release and it looks excellent. Um, I think there's another one that's also Criterion that's also about this whole time period, and I think it was Kristallnacht, like that date. I can't remember now. I'm like picturing the cover, but I don't remember. But that one looks really good too. But Showa especially looks good. Um, for context, that word means catastrophe in Hebrew, and that is what that whole incident is called. Like if somebody talks about it in Hebrew, um, it's called Shoah, which is catastrophe, but it is um, specifically talking about what happened to the Jewish people during World War II. Um, so I'm dying to watch that. It's gonna be an all-day affair and probably incredibly gut-wrenching to watch. But I think it is such an important film and a piece of history that is just incredible. And this person like dedicated I don't even know how many years to making that film. And it's something that a lot of people don't know about, and it looks incredible. Um, let's see. Dragonman said, did not like that movie. Saw it on VHS a long time ago. I would love to know what you don't like. Was it just too slow? Was it just like too much like a harsh topic? Um, is it just like do you feel like maybe that it shouldn't have been glorified? I'm curious to hear what your opinions are. What was it that you didn't like about the film? Crystal said I watched this movie in theaters and cried my eyes out. Yeah, I remember the first time I watched this, I was at home with some family I actually don't talk to anymore, but um I definitely cried. I definitely cried probably multiple times. Definitely at the ending. I think this time when I rewatched it, I also cried at the end. Um that ending, man. And it's so funny because obviously the person who plays Schindler is Liam Neeson, which is like so funny to me because he had this incredible movie and this movie kind of broke him in into the industry really and was his huge break and this huge accolade for him. um and now I feel like people just know him for Taken, and it's like so weird to imagine the same guy of Taken doing Schindler's List. Like I never connected that because I watched this before Taken came out, I believe, or probably around that time actually. And it never occurred to me until I got older and I was like, "Oh shit, that was Liam Neeson." That's a weird. Um, Danette said the Holocaust survivor stories intrigue me and break my heart. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm also very distinctly aware that there's a lot of people who deny the Holocaust even happened, and I've seen people and met people, and it is the most fucking frustrating thing I've ever seen in my life. When these people go out here and tout that the Holocaust never happened. Um, and the problem is that there's so many the people who this directly affected, the survivors, are dwindling. Pretty much anybody who is a survivor is probably around 100 years old right now. Whoever's left, and so it's very difficult to see anybody in real life who is a survivor. So I think that's why it's so important to have these pieces of film, these pieces of art, like this film, like The Pianist, like any other film that creates an art out of it, but also the documentaries and having these stories preserved of these Holocaust survivors, telling them themselves what happened to them. And these are the things that need to be passed down because there's so many people who are denying it, and the people who are around aren't here anymore to speak up. And we're gonna make the same fucking mistakes and let the same shit happen again if we don't talk about this stuff, if we don't preserve these incredible videos of the bravery that it takes, the strength that it would take to go through something so fucking traumatic and horrifying as being, you know, having somebody trying to fucking exterminate, literally exterminate. That's the wording that they used to use. Exterminate, like you're a fucking bug, like you're a roach. And like having to deal with that and then trying to cope with that and then like come like the thought of like having such so traumatic and then having the inner strength to come out and talk about what happened to you is like insane. um it's it's just one of those things. I could go on and on and on and on about show about like the Holocaust, about all of that sort of stuff, about what happened here. um so I will put this down because I will never, like, I could talk about this for hours. Um, Chuckerman said, I could go on and on. Short answer, I don't like Spielberg film movies. I'm assuming that that's probably has a lot to do with the way that he just directs and the way that he does things. So that's understandable if you just don't like the way that he films. Um, yeah, that is true. It's definitely not a movie that you can watch if you're already kind of depressed or fucked up. Um, it is not that Schindler's List is not the movie. I was having a good day. I was actually sick. I watched it while I was sick, but I wasn't upset. I wasn't feeling depressed. I was just sick, and I was okay enough to watch it. And I felt at that moment there was something about that moment that felt very important for me. In many ways to watch the film, and to give it its moment. So I watched the film again. And I think this is probably a movie I will probably watch at least once a year from now on. Because I think it's an important film. Um, I'm not sure why Jeanette said this. At first, I thought you were talking about the movie Eyes Wide Shut, but that was not what you were saying. um, Next up, not so depressing, Moana. I kind of got this for me. I kind of got this for my husband. It was kind of one of those things. It was for me. Let's be real here. But I love Moana. She is neck and neck my favorite princess in the Disney series, like the Disney company. It's this and Rapunzel. And so again, just take that wash away that depression time over there about the Holocaust. We'll just talk about Disney for a second. I love Moana. I think this is such a good well done film. Um I love Moana's passion. I love her music. I love everything about this movie. Um and so yeah, I'm very happy to have it on Blu-ray now. Next up on the list, Princess and the Frog, another film I'm very happy to get on Blu-ray. This was also one of those things where it was kind of like I bought it for myself, but then my husband kind of got it and whatever. Um, but I am a huge Disney fan. If you wouldn't already assume from the fact that I'm a Muppets fan, a Sesame Street fan, I do love Disney. Um, so yes, I'm very excited. I do really enjoy Princess and the Frog. When it first came out, I was not very into it. It came out at a weird time for me in my age. I was just not watching princess movies, and at first I was like, I don't know about this film. But I grew to love this film, and now I'm obsessed. Maybe I'll feel that way about Raya. I don't particularly like Raya. I thought that Luca was actually a lot better. I thought it had a lot more heart than Raya did. So we'll see. I've grown to love this movie. I've grown to love Brave. I did not like it Brave when I first watched it. So yeah, the two brand new princess movies that I'm very happy about. Let's see. Crystal said there's two different princesses, the OG and the newbies. Out of the newbies, I definitely have a love for the newbies. The OG, my faves were Snow White and Beauty and the Beast. And I will say Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin were my faves growing up. And then as I got a little bit older, it was Snow White was like firmly cemented in there because I do own the DVD of Snow White. Um, so those are my faves of like the OGs. I do like Mulan too, but like now that I've gotten older, I just think that I like connect a lot more with Rapunzel and Moana. Crystal said Cinderella's my spirit animal. I love that. She's so cute. I love Cinderella too. She's not my fave. She's not my fave, but I do enjoy Cinderella. And I do enjoy actually all of the movies. All right. We're not quite there yet. We got a few more titles to go. Next up is, and now I just realized that this is looks like a foreign copy of this, so I'm gonna have to definitely upgrade to a real region-free one. Um, but it is the original Jurassic Park trilogy. I'm somebody who really enjoys, if you haven't been able to tell yet, but I like complete series. I like complete series of things. If you can't tell, I like complete series of things. This isn't even all the complete series in this whole thing. But I prefer having a nice little package with all of the movies of a series all in one place. If you can't tell. And I originally wanted to get all of them, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, but Jurassic World is still going, and it would have bothered the hell out of me. The absolute living hell out of me. If I would have gotten the nice little 5-movie series, my 5-movie combo pack, and then the fucking 6th one comes out. No. No. I would have been mad. So I decided the smart move would be to get all 3 of the original ones on a nice little package, because it's all of the Jurassic Park movies. Then eventually I can get a 3-pack of all of the Jurassic Park movies, and everything will be right in the world. So I got all 3 of the Jurassic Park movies. I do love these. I love Jurassic Park. I love the movies. I love the section at Universal Studios. I think it's so much fun. Can't go wrong with Jurassic Park. So I'm very excited about this. I feel like the other 2, we've all seen all of them, right? I feel like 2 and 3, I need to finally sit down and watch them. Jurassic Park is a lot like, what is this movie called? Back to the Future. Jesus, I was like picturing the DVD cover. Jurassic Park is a lot like Back to the Future for me, where every time I go to watch it, it's like in a series. Like all the 3 movies are playing at the same time, whether that be like Jurassic Park, it was more like all of the VHSs were playing all in a row at home. Not at home, but it was at a family member's house. Similar situation as to the Back to the Future, Jesus Christ. That words that you just kind of watch them and you get through the first one and you're like, yeah, Jurassic Park, or yeah, Back to the Future. And then you kind of get through 2 and you're kind of like, oh, I'm sleepy. And then as soon as 3 comes on, you're like, and so that's what's always happened. And honestly, like I've always been able to get through Back to the Future 2, but I never was able to get through Jurassic Park 2. I feel like every time I put on Jurassic Park, I don't know what it is. It's just like straight to sleep. I love dinosaurs. I love Jurassic Park. I really would like to read the book that it's based on. I don't know. It's just one of those movies that immediately puts you to sleep, but I still want to watch it again and again. So hopefully I can finally sit through and watch all 3 of them. Maybe not all in one sitting, but watch it start to finish and not fall asleep. I do particularly enjoy, if you haven't watched Camp Cretaceous on Netflix and you are into animated series, Camp Cretaceous on Netflix is actually really fun. It's part of the Jurassic World universe, where it is a camp of kids who are like campers at Jurassic World when everything goes awry and they end up stuck on the island by themselves. And it's a great show. I like that show a lot. I would highly recommend it. If you're into Jurassic Park and you're into animation, go check it out. Even if you're not like 100% into animation, give it a shot. Why not? Danette wants to know, Crystal, in case you didn't read the comment and you're just listening, she wants to know, have you seen Cinderella 2? I like that one. Have you seen Cinderella 2, Danette? Dragon Man said the donut episode of Lucy was my favorite. Um, I don't remember the donut episode. I don't remember the donut episode. And I don't know what my favorite would be. I always think about the chocolate factory episode because I went to a literal chocolate factory once, and at the end of the tour, they had a scale model, like a life size wax figure of Lucy and Ethel at the chocolate factory with the chocolates, and you could take pictures with it, and that always sticks in my head. So I think that might be my favorite, just because I went to a chocolate factory and I saw them kind of in real life. Um, so I would say that's my favorite, but just, it's one of those things. Why is the donut one your favorite? Um, Crystal said, "Didn't I have? I think I like the first one way more, but I gotta watch it at least one more time before I can be sure my feelings on that one. It didn't keep my interest." I recently watched all of them, and I thought they were fun. Definitely, like they're not the same. They're not the same. Especially I think the second one, I believe, is like three mini stories. Um, that one I would say is the like weakest of the bunch. But Twist in Time was pretty good. Dragon said it was very easy to remember. Huh. I don't know what episode. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm very interested now. I'm intrigued. You have me intrigued. I now have the entire series on DVD, so I could watch it whenever I want to. Oh my god, I don't know that episode at all. I've only really watched, episodes here and there, like on TV on reruns. I said that earlier. That was the first one I opened. You missed that. But I've only ever watched like reruns here and there. Um, and then at one point it was free on Hulu, and it was back at like way back in the day when you didn't even have to have a paid subscription. You could just watch Hulu for free. And I think I got through season 1 and part of 2, I believe. But it's been so long that I don't even remember a lot of it. But that sounds hilarious. Only one I can remember right now of watching it back in the day is the kleptomaniac one, like the one where everybody thought that Lucy was a klepto. But yeah, Lucy. All right, next up, I'm excited about all of them. Again, excited about all of them. You can tell. But I'm extra excited about this one in a different way. I adore this film. I actually watched this film in the theaters um, when they had a rerun with Turner TCM, Turner Classic Movies. Does those like monthly um, specials at a lot of movie theaters that they have relationships with, where they put out like a movie like once a month for like 2 days, and you can go watch it. Back when I was like my first summer in college, like I already had my first year in that summer, that summer in, um, I went with a friend of mine, of someone who was my best friend at the time, to go see Some Like It Hot in the theater because we were just intrigued. It was an old movie. We were both into movies, huge movie buffs, huge music buffs. And I was like, let's go to the theater. Let's just see what this is about. I don't even know what it's about. I just see it's a black and white movie. It's TCM. Who doesn't love TCM? Let's watch it. And man, I love this movie. Marilyn Monroe does a stellar job. Fucking Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon. I incredible job. Um, need I say more? This movie is great. Movie is great. If you've never seen Some Like It Hot, please watch it. If you're into like any kind of old film, if you think Marilyn Monroe is cool, in literally any reason you can find to watch this movie, it's so much fun. Um, this movie is so great. Um, if you've never heard of this movie and you're interested, this is a movie, like I said, Jesus, I almost said their names mixed up. Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon. I almost said Jack Curtis and Tony Lemon. Jesus Christ. Um, Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon star in this film. Marilyn Monroe doesn't exactly star, but she is on the cover. Um, she plays her normal Marilyn type self. Um, and the two boys, the two main leads, getting some hot water, see something that they shouldn't, and they got to get out of town fast, boys. So they whip up a disguise and become musicians in an all-women's band. So they have to dress up like ladies and go on the lam. And it is so much fun, and I am extremely ecstatic because, as I was explaining earlier, some people are very into um, the companies that print these films and put these films together. Like I said, I mentioned Mill Creek earlier. Who else did I mention? I mentioned one other printing company. Who did I mention? I don't see this at all. Who printed this one? Mill Creek and somebody else. Jesus, I don't remember. I can't find it now. Oh, it was Shout Factory. So some people are very into, like I said, the people who manufacture these DVDs to go back out onto disc, because a lot of the film houses, like these places, they're not interested in printing this stuff, so other people license it. And so this one is a Criterion film, and if you are a movie collector of any kind, you know what Criterion is. To explain, like I said, it is a printing company, but they are so much more than that. To my knowledge and understanding, like I said, I am obsessed with bonus features. I love audio commentaries, bonus features, any kind of stuff. I want to know how you made the film, what you did to put it together, why you did what you did, how did you edit it, any of that stuff. Even, what were the actors doing behind the scenes? What was happening with everybody intermingling? Did you have a good time? Did you have a terrible time? Was everything going wrong? Was everything going right? I want to know everything, all the nitty gritty behind the scenes details. Um, and Criterion were the originators of all of that kind of content. So back in the day, even when they were doing laser discs, yes, I said laser discs. If you don't know what a laser disc is, either you weren't around or you're not a film buff. It looks like a giant vinyl record that played movies, and went out of print very, very quickly. It did not catch on. It was just in a weird timing. Um, but back when discs were happening, they were putting out laser discs, and they put out VHS. That's how long they've been around, and they are the originators of the audio commentary and of putting all kinds of bonus features on disc. And so they always pack their stuff with plenty of bonus features, all kinds of stuff. And so I was very excited to get my very first Criterion film. There are some films that they literally will have a booklet either this big, sometimes the booklet's bigger than the freaking DVD package itself. Um, and it's just incredible the amount of detail, care, love that they put in this. And they only put out films that they really truly believe are important pieces of cinema. And I appreciate that. There are people online that are collect collect Criterion films. Not just films that they like, not just like whatever films. No. They specifically only collect Criterion. That's what kind of a craze. There's a huge craze, a huge, incredibly loyal cult following for Criterion. They also have every single movie that they put out has a number. I don't know how well you can see that. 950. This one. One second, guys. Sorry. This is 950. There's probably getting close to 2,000 films that they put out. They put all kinds of combos, really nice ones. There's one I have my eye on that's the complete Jacques Tati. I've never seen his films and I'm really interested. I want to say they put out the Worlds of Wong Kar-wai, and maybe it wasn't Criterion. They put all these excellent collections. They put one out of all of the Godzilla movies, anything that's like culturally or cinematically significant. And it's just with a lot of love, and I'm very excited to finally have my first Criterion, as well as it be Some Like It Hot, as this is a movie, like I said, I love. And everything is like with absolute love and detail. Not only do they put a crap ton of features and all kinds of incredible packaging and stuff, um, they also uh, just put everything up to the nines. They digitally restore all this stuff. They do a ton of restoration work on the video quality, on the audio quality, on everything. I mean, even here it's like new 4K digital restoration with uncompressed mono aural. I can't say that soundtrack. Um, and like that's part of everything that they do. They just take such great care and love, and they really are, the full package of caring about these films, and they're expensive. Buying a Criterion piece is a lot more expensive than buying a regular film. You could probably buy this movie for less money than what I spent for it, or what my husband got it for me at. Um, and that happens with a lot of films, but they are worth it. They're so worth it, especially for somebody like me who's a movie buff, who I love everything about filmmaking. I want the high quality stuff. I want all of the features. It's so worth it if you're that kind of a person to get Criterion. If you're somebody who just wants to watch the movie to watch the movie, go ahead and buy the $5 copy of whatever movie it is. But if you're a cinemaphile, invest in Criterion. I'm very excited to open this one up. All right, I'm gonna get off my Criterion tangent. Um, let's see. I'm gonna go back because I missed a few comments. Um, oh, I love that one. Crystal said her favorite is when Lucy gets her hand stuck in a vase and she's hiding it for Ricky. That one's so funny. I love that one. Tina says my favorite of the Cinderella type movies is Ever After. I love that she bestows onto her stepmother what she bequeath upon her. Yeah, that is kind of a nice moment too. Um, Danette said had to rewind a bit. A little sorry. Why am I getting all of these bots today? So weird. Um, I'm gonna guess Jagged Man is talking about Marilyn Monroe. um, yeah, I mean, I get why. I think now she's like overhyped. I mean, she's beautiful. And I don't know. I get why people like feel like she's. I think it's like the overhype, right? Like back in the day, it was everybody loved Marilyn Monroe, but she was like brand new, and like it wasn't like everybody was hyping her, but she's been around for so many. I mean, like her image, not her, but her image has been around for decades and decades and decades. And so it's really easy to just be like, oh, that's it. And especially with our beauty standards nowadays, like she was voluptuous and she's like beautiful and radiant and like she was different than the what was on screen at the time. But nowadays we have Photoshop and crazy butt injections and boob jobs and the freaking face lifts and the fillers and the lip injections and all this crap, um to make this like ideal body and all this craziness. So I think like that's why Marilyn Monroe and people of her day don't really give off, like people aren't like, wow, she's so beautiful like anymore, just because we have all of this fake crap nowadays that skews our reality and understanding of what beauty is. And it's like you got all this literal mechanical shit going into people, and then on top of that, on top of the fact that they have these unreal bodies because of surgery, then on top of that they're doing ridiculous body like photoshopping on photos online and on video and everything. And so it's like these crazy standards, and now it's like people like Marilyn Monroe doesn't really hit the same because we got we got something new. We got the crazy fake thing. Um yeah, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I think this is kind of one of those things that's like, when you just eat nothing but fast food, and so like anything you eat outside of fast food, you're like, this has no salt, this has no flavor. Oh my god, what the hell? There's nothing in here. And then it's like you realize, no wait, this got plenty of salt in it. I'm just way used to it because I've been eating nothing but salt, fat, and sugar. And so that's really bad for me. And then you like have a palate cleanser for a while and you get off the junk food and then you like eat regular food, like, wow, this tastes really good. I think it's kind of one of those things where you're just so used to it. Um, I'm not sure what this comment was about. I need explanation to net. Dragon Man said, I like the optional audio commentaries you get with the extras in the DVDs. I do too. Dragon Man said, yes, Marilyn Monroe. Crystal said, Marilyn Monroe is a whole vibe, and she pulled off that vibe. She did. I'm gonna guess that you meant, I'm not sure what you meant by that. I thought you meant Twitter, but now I'm not sure. But he said, I had a coworker explain to me dress sizes by saying, I'm going to say Twitter versus Marilyn Monroe. I'm not sure who that is. If that's a person or if you're saying like Instagram beauty standards or what. Um, but Marilyn Monroe was like a size 13 or something crazy, which a lot of people don't realize. Which is, again, dress sizing is weird for women. Jeanette says the large disc. Oh, you had a laser disc. Yeah, those things are crazy. I've never owned a laser disc. I've seen them very, very rarely. Been tempted, but I don't want to add to this madness anymore. I don't need to start collecting laser discs. I don't need it. So trying not to tempt fate. Oh, Twiggy. I know who Twiggy is. Love Twiggy. She's so cute. Hey, don't call her that. She was not Crystal. That is very mean. Twiggy was really cute. Yeah, dress sizes. That is opposite end of the spectrum, man. Opposite end of the spectrum. All right. I'm sorry. I'm deleting that comment that Crystal put because that's really mean. We're not gonna call people that on my channel. Love you, Crystal, but we're not gonna call people that on my channel. 1 second, because it won't let me do it from my computer, which is really dumb. Oh. I don't know what happened. I think Crystal might have deleted her comment, which I appreciate. Thank you, Crystal. All right, next up, off my tangent, the Grinch. I am partial to the Jim Carrey version, but thought we'd give this one a shot. I thought I had watched this one previously, or at least most of it, and I didn't really like it that much. And then I watched it again after I bought it, and now I enjoy it. It's still not as good as Jim Carrey's Grinch, but it is the Grinch nonetheless, and I do enjoy. I do enjoy any kind of Dr. Seuss reboot, to be honest. I love it. I love the Lorax. That's another one that's high on my list to get. But I enjoyed it. I'm happy I was able to grab it, and not mad about it. Unlike him, he's grump. He's very grump right now. All right, we are on our last 3 pieces of media, which is wild. It has been a very long episode. All right, third from last, True Blood, the complete series. This is another one that my husband graciously got for me. Funnily enough, he bought the one that's actually in Spanish, which is fine because I speak Spanish, and luckily it is only the box, not the actual DVD. Once you turn on the DVD, you put it in the player, it's in English. I don't know what that's about, but luckily it is just the box and the disc covers and stuff like that are in Spanish, but everything on this is in English. I don't know why that is, but I really love this series. I love Suki. I love everybody in the show. I even love it. Oh man, I love it when Bill's like, Suki. I mean, who doesn't love that? I think it's hilarious. Every time. If you guys haven't seen True Blood, it is a vampire show. Actually, I think this is an HBO show. But I love this series, and I've been dying to watch the whole thing finally. And now I have it, and now I actually already started watching it. Um, these are all the missing one, the one that I'm currently working on, which actually goes right here. But I am currently on season 5 of 7. I got to work on this show, and we're getting there. We are getting there. I did not wait. Did she really say that in her book? Does she have an? I didn't even know she had an autobiography or anything. Because I said love True Blood. Right? Love True Blood. Okay, but like, okay, have you seen the whole show? First of all, okay, questions for anybody. If you've seen True Blood, first of all, how much you like True Blood? Have you seen the full show? Second of all, please don't spoil because I have not seen the last 3 seasons. I'm part of the way through 5, but I haven't seen the rest of 5, 6, and 7. So don't spoil. No spoilers. But I have to ask. Oh my god, why can't I wanna call him by his the actor's name, not instead of his name. Does it say on here? No, it's not gonna say their names. Holy crap. I can't think of Alexander Skarsgård's character name right now. I'm picturing him. I see him on the cover. I know his name is Alexander Skarsgård. Jason, Sookie, Lafayette. Bro, I love Lafayette. So second of all, fucking Lafayette is everything, to be honest. Maybe it'll say on this one because he's in it a lot more. Fuck. Oh, Eric. Jesus Christ, that was so difficult. All right. Have you watched the full season? That's my first question. Second question. Whose team are you on? They're all on here. Are you team Eric? Are you team Al? Or are you team Suke? Just kidding. Are you team Bill? Because I know my answer. Actually, I have an answer, but then there's kind of a side answer. But whose team were you on? Whose team were you on when you watched the show? I have to know. I have to know. I love them all. They're great. I love them all. Jeanette said, "Yo, I have to, I have to check that one out." Sorry, I flipped that in my brain. If you like Twilight, you said you love Twilight, right? Or am I going crazy? Did I flip you and Crystal? I'm gonna go back 1 second. Twilight. Yes, you did. If you said you love Twilight. If you love Twilight, you're gonna like True Blood. Because it is the adult. As my husband put it, it is the adult Twilight. Yes. You need to watch True Blood. You need to watch True Blood. Like I said, it's HBO, so you have the subscription. You can go for it. Krista said, I watched the show real time. Yes, full show. Love that. Love that. We're gonna have to talk when I get through this show. Me and you, Crystal, we're gonna have to talk. Cause holy shit, this show, especially right now where I'm at. Oof. Just oof. There's so many oofs in the show. Just like, ooh. Wait, I missed something. I think you spoiled something for me. No, didn't Crystal. Internet, you need to watch the show. Please watch it, and then we'll talk about it. We can also talk about Twilight later if you want. We'll talk about Twilight and True Blood in the Discord, and for my other friends and for everybody else, we can also talk I Love Lucy in the Discord later if you want. All right. I will get off of my True Blood soapbox because I love this show. And I will say, you know what? It was a pretty reasonable price for all of the the whole show. And can we talk about, just for like a side note, Lafayette? I love Lafayette. That I'm not gonna spoil it because I want Danette to watch it, but that one scene with the burger and the fucking Hicks, I think the favorite scene out of the whole show. Crystal will know. Um. Oh, I think you mixed up Hoyt and Eric. I think you're talking about Eric. You're talking about him, right? Wait. Yeah, him, right? Eric. Um. Blonde pale skin. Because Hoyt is I'm not gonna. I don't. Well, I guess it's not gonna matter too much. Hoyt is. I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil anything for Danette. I think you mean Eric. Because I didn't spoil anything. Yes, Eric. Eric is also my favorite. I love Eric. He's kind of everything. I really like Alcide though. I'm definitely kind of on the fence of like Eric and Alcide, but like more Eric than anything. But I feel like Alcide is just better for Sookie, but you know, like it's one of those things where it's. I said I am seeing a binge in my near future. Here I come, True Blood. Yes, yes, you're talking about Eric. It's not a strip club though. It's just a club. Um. Yes. Please binge watch it. I've been binge watching it for like the last 3 weeks, probably. 3 weeks. I've been watching it since probably like the 8th of December. And we're almost at the end of the year. So yeah, it's probably 20 days or so. Um I mean, you're that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Um but yeah, please binge watch it. Binge watch it with me tonight. I want to talk about it so badly. There is a stage, but Eric always just sits on it on his throne and everybody's always trying to throw themselves at him. Like nobody dances on the stage. All right. I am on to the second to last one. I feel like I should have ended on True Blood. These last two are ones that I bought for myself. Again, I decided to treat myself. From a very sexy series to a very unsexy series, Monk. Just like the absolute, just like wah wah. Like such a like sexy series, like just like sex and drinking blood and vampires and rah, you know, like that whole thing. HBO, so there's lots of sex and like whatever. It's like, oh man, what a fucking. It's just so funny. She's starting True Blood immediately after my stream. I'm so excited. Let me know. I'm so excited. So I bought Monk on complete series. This is another one of those that feels very comforting to me. I remember watching this with my grandma. Just like randomly like, lay in bed with her and watch Monk. This and Walker Texas Ranger. So eventually I will buy Walker Texas Ranger because it's the two American shows that I tended to watch just like laying in bed with my grandma, and so it makes me think of her. And I really enjoy anything detective related shows. I was huge into like Law and Order growing up and stuff like that. Law and Order, I used to watch CSI, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so I'm very happy to have Monk. I know that this show isn't like I go into this with the caveat and understanding that this show is a very inaccurate portrayal of OCD, and unfortunately does use OCD as a marketing tool, which is not correct. I will take it with a grain of salt, kind of a thing. Just like other stuff that I showed you guys, I take it with a grain of salt, with the understanding, like Twilight, I take it with the understanding that their relationship, it can be very toxic at points in the series, the way that Bella handles things and certain people handle things is very toxic at points, um, incredibly toxic to be honest, and not a good model. That same way I can watch Monk and separate it, and just say, this is a fun show for what it is, and it's not accurate. Um, but yeah, this is like such a fun show. I hear the like last episode is like complete and utter bullshit for people with like OCD. It's like just like such a fucking bullshit cop out thing. That just was just absolute garbage. But it is what it is. I just enjoy it. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun twist on a detective show. I like that he's very meticulous in his ways. I guess it's kind of like how Poirot is. He's very meticulous, but he takes it to another level. And I enjoy this. I feel like it's a fun romp. It's a fun show that you watch a few at a time when you're just like not, feeling great and you just want like a fun time. So that is Monk. I'm very excited to have this. I also got this on a great price. Heads up, if anybody's interested in buying series, buying any kind of media, let me know. I'll let you know where the best prices are. But if you're interested in buying series, surprisingly enough, check Amazon, but then check Walmart because they have excellent series sets at excellent prices, and you can buy bonus coverage for the series, which I did for Monk and for the next one. I got the like 2 or 3 year plan where if anything happens to them, they get messed up, whatever, I'm covered, and that's great because I like to leave my stuff in its packaging until I go to watch it for the first time. So I can leave this towards the back of the pack without having to worry that, something's going to be wrong when I finally get around to opening it, and then I'm going to be SOL on my money. So, yeah, that's Monk. And definitely check out Walmart. Crystal said, Monk. My mother loves Monk. What a mood. I like your mom. We should hang out. I definitely, I'm not saying this to be mean to your mom. I'm not trying to call your mom an old lady. But I'm gonna call myself an old lady. I am an old lady at heart. I am 24, but I have the heart of a 94-year-old. I like Monk. My favorite show is The Golden Girls. I put a comment on a fellow YouTuber's channel today, and I was like, I relate more to the Golden Girls than anybody my age. Um, um, so I would I'd be best friends with your mom probably, to be honest. If she likes Monk, we're hanging out. Let me know. Let me know. It says, oh, nice to know. I'm not sure what that comment was about. I'm sorry, I missed the context. It said you were an old soul. Thank you. Yes, I've heard that many times in my life. So I'm gonna assume it's true. I do, like I said, I'll say I'm not 94, I'll say 84. I'm probably an 84-year-old at heart, and also in body at times. I have a lot of medical problems, as you guys are aware at this point. So that's me. All right. And now, last but not least, the piece of media that's gonna make me look like an old lady out of all of these. Probably the most. Murder, She Wrote. I feel like it's one of those shows people don't talk about often, but if you watch this show, you are 84 years old. And that is me. I am 84 years old. I am that 84-year-old that watches Murder, She Wrote. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I love Murder, She Wrote. It's just so funny to me. I'm like, wow, I really am like 105 years old. What a weird combination. Like, sex and vampires and drugs and shit. I'm gonna be a weird old lady. I am one weird. I'm not gonna be. I am a weird old lady. I don't know what the hell. Oh my god, what a freaking combo. I need a photo that's just I'm gonna take this off of there later. What a fucking combo. I'm deceased. I'm more deceased than fucking Eric Northman right now. True blood people will get that joke. Murder She Wrote? Really? Yep. Really? What a fucking wild ride this has been. To end with Murder She Wrote, man. For context, for anybody who's wondering, well, maybe she's not really 84 years old inside. Maybe she watched this a lot with her grandmother growing up. No. I never watched this ever until about a month ago. I watched Murder She Wrote for the first time because it was streaming for free on Peacock. I believe it was Peacock. It's either Peacock or Pluto. Um, I'd never, ever, ever, ever watched Murder She Wrote. I wasn't even 100% sure what this show was even about when I first started watching it. I like going into things not knowing what they're about, to be honest. I don't like reading synopsises or having anybody tell me about anything. I want to just go into everything blind when I watch it. Um, and about a month ago, I was like, I've heard of this show before. I'm very intrigued about it. And I watched it on Peacock, like I said. And I was immediately hooked. So now I am officially 84 years old. Please give me a blanket and a retirement home. I'm just happy right here with my Murder She Wrote. Um, so that is it. That is everything physical media wise that I got and or exchanged or bought myself for the holidays / Christmas. Including Murder She Wrote and True Blood. Fucking combo, man. I don't know. I am a weird bird. Like looking at all this stuff together is like such a trip. Like, okay. All right, detective shows. Sure, I see where you're going here. Oh, okay. Like I Love Lucy. Yeah. I see where you're going here. Like detective shows, kind of old shows. I see it. Like I see it. Right. Like. Oh yeah. Let's just like add in some True Blood. While you're at it, how about Sesame Street? That's always a fun time. Maybe a little Jurassic Park, and then a Hallmark movie, maybe, and then maybe like a show. How about an entire show about lesbians, and then like maybe just like a little bit of like labyrinth, maybe like a high fantasy. Okay, that like okay, maybe a little John Wayne. Yeah, that works. And how about a fucked up movie about a cult, where there's a lot of fucked up shit that happens to people. Oh, cool. Oh, and then we can just top it on with a Disney movie. That's great. That's perfect. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? I have such straight. Oh. How about also we just throw Schindler's List on top of there, just for sadness. For sadness. Why not? What the fuck? Who am I? Who am I? What? What a weird ass life I am living. What the hell am I watching? This is bizarre. This is a bizarre amount of what the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna put this down before I break everything. It's like I feel like my favorite part of that whole tangent was, how about a show about lesbians? That shit was funny. Shoot. Okay, yeah, that, like, this just, like, proves the level of insanity that I have. Alright, I'm gonna go back. I missed a bunch of comments. Jeanette was referring to the Walmart warranty on movies. Yes. I'm very happy about it. It's through Allstate. If you it's only online. Like if you purchase, I don't know if they offer it in store. No, they didn't offer it to me in store, I don't think. But if you purchase online, it'll give you the option to put a warranty on it. And the warranty is like $2, $3, worth it, especially when you're buying these like bigger shows where I spent fucking a lot of money. I spent a lot of money on Murder She Wrote and Monk. So I was like, you know what? It's worth it. 2, $3 just to ensure that if something goes wrong in the next 2 or 3 years, that it'll be insured. Why not? Looks like everybody was laughing their asses off at my insanity, so glad that worked out. I still can't get over it. Murder She Wrote. Really? Crystal's deceased. Dragon Man says older TV shows were better. All right, I see you, I see you. Um, I have never watched Little House on the Prairie. I don't feel like I want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't think I do. Crystal said, Natty, check out Cagney and Lacey, you cute old lady. Thank you. I've never, I'm gonna look this up. I don't know why when I read that, all I could think of was Mork and Mindy. That's weird. I'm gonna look this up. I've never heard of that. Oh my god, are they lesbians? This is funny. They're so cute. Wait. I feel like this is like a is this a US show? I've never heard of this show before. And this is like the original Rizzoli and Isles, I feel like. um Mary Beth Lacey and Chris Cagney are female police officers in New York City. The women are partners and friends, but they lead different personal lives. Cagney is a single, career-minded woman, while Lacey is a married mother. In addition to going after the bad guys, ladies have to combat sexism in the male-dominated workplace. Tyne? I'm gonna assume that's how you say her name. Tyne Daly? I'm not sure. Stars as Mary Beth Lacey, and Sharon Gless plays the part of Chris Cagney for most of the show's run. Did they get replaced at the end? Because that's really embarrassing. But they're so fucking cute. I like them. I'm gonna have to watch that show. They are so cute. I love their hair. I would love to have hair like that. It's on my and it's free on Pluto. And if anybody's interested in watching Cagney and Lacey, and it's free on Pluto, which I'm not 100% sure if Murder She Wrote is on Pluto or Peacock, but it's free on one of them. Tinette says it just means you're well-rounded. LOL. Okay, I need some recommendations on psychedelic films from the 60s because I am so there. I'm currently in the middle of expanding. Speaking of being well-rounded, I'm in the middle of expanding my horizons. I tried watching a western recently. Um, I truly sat down and actually watched my first piece of Asian cinema that was like excellent. Um, and I can't wait to watch. I really want to get myself. There is a box set of this director. What is it called? Oh my god, what's his name? I If you guys have ever heard of the movie Raise the Red Lantern, that's the one I watched. Um I'm like picturing it. I have like their names on the tip of my tongue. That movie is free. I actually really want to do um I want to do a review of that movie because it's a movie that's like not left my brain. Um, um, Gong Li and Zhang. I can't pronounce their names very well. Okay, here we go. Collaborations. This is one I want to get. This is my imprint, so I'm gonna have to see if I can get this in an American version. The cinema of Zhang Yimou and Gong Li. It is expensive, but seems really worth it because it's this director and this actress. Like she's like started pretty much all of his movies, and it's just excellent. It is all in. I want to say they're Chinese, if I remember correctly. They're Chinese. She's a Chinese filmmaker, and yes, remembering correctly, yes, Chinese, and they've always collaborated together, collaborations, obviously. And I really want to go through his whole filmography. I also really want to get the world of Wong Kar-wai, who is also a very famous director in Asian cinema. Like, but they both crossed the boundaries into the U.S. and I'm very interested in watching that. I'm interested in watching Parasite. I really want to get into Asian cinema, world just world cinema in general. So I'm working on it. I'm working on uh, broadening my horizons and learning more. I'm actually in the middle of I found a course online for free on YouTube. It is an entire literal college course um about film. I think it was like intro to film or something like that. And it seems excellent. It is like this random like college thing in India out of Madras. Um and it's kind of awesome. I'm still on like the first video that's like 40 minutes long. I think I'm like 20 minutes in or something, but I've been taking like nonstop notes. Like the first like video was like an overview. I did watch another one before that was a different overview. The course is recorded twice. The second recording seems like it's better. Um but I'm just taking notes nonstop. And it's just like fascinating. So I'm excited to like expand my horizons and like learn more about cinema that is like excellent, like the masterpieces of cinema. I'm so fascinated. I'm fascinated by all of that. So I'm really excited to get into it. Um Crystal said you should just clip that part and label it me. I'm guessing the with the big stack. Oh man, Neg took some screenshots of me holding the movie. It's so funny. That makes me think of the time that oh my god, my brain. My brain is not working. Hold on. I just saw the screenshot. I got one. I got one of the screenshots. It's so funny. But it was Ted. I couldn't remember. It was Ted. Whoa. I guess there's a second chat happening right now. Um, Ted did the screenshot of me, um, eating like feeding me the candy bar. Like he took a picture of me on his screen feeding me a candy bar, and that is like my favorite photo ever. Um, yes. Um, Crystal said, "Net, I saw a perfect screenshot." Crystal said, "I'm guessing she's talking about Agni and Lacey. They aren't best friends." It makes me think of like our equivalent of the last like couple decades is like our 2000s equivalent would be like Rizzoli and Isles. I never watched the show, but I was always like, "Bruh, they're like totally together," but then like they're like not together or whatever, which is like dumb because it's like they're together. Come on, don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit me. Crystal said it goes with the murder she wrote vibes, but I think better. I'm interested. I feel like the Cagney and Lacey seems like it's probably more intense, a little darker. And I really enjoy that Murder She Wrote is like a cozy mystery kind of a thing. Like I don't understand what people meant by cozy mystery until I watched Murder She Wrote, and I was like, ah, this is what people mean. And I really enjoyed it. So I like that, like very like I know that Angela Bassett's character is going to save the day at the end. There's gonna be this thing, but everything's gonna be kind of subtle, and like it's not gonna be like hoo ha, like craziness, like in your face crazy happenings. Like no, it's gonna be this subtle thing. Everything's gonna be still kind of bright. It's not gonna be everything dark. Like in SVU, everything is always dark. Law and Order, and I like that everything's kind of bright and pastelly and kind of cheerful all the time. I like that about it. I like it. It's a cozy mystery. But I'm still very excited to try out Cagney and Lacey. Um, I'm gonna have to watch all of these. Wait, are you saying is that last one called Kill 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 It, or are you saying I'm not sure at the end? I'm gonna have to watch those. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Boop boop. Thank you for the recommendations, Dragonman. Yes, I'm dying to watch some like 90s Hong Kong it's so interesting when you get into Asian cinema how it's like there is like kind of Chinese cinema, but then there's like Hong Kong cinema. And that's like the true blue stuff that's like come out to the US because obviously they have, not to mince words, but China is a fucking bullshit communist party. I have no shame in saying that. Just like I will say that every fucking day of the week that Cuba is a dictatorship and it's bullshit. Um, I'm Cuban, so I'm very passionate. And I'm currently not trying to get angry talking about this, but I'm very passionate, we'll say, about thinly veiled dictatorships veiled as communism. Um, So obviously, China has their own kind of thing happening because they have a ton of restrictions on what can come out and what is being able to seen. I know that specifically, Raise a Red Lantern, which is a very good movie, I will do eventually a review on. Um, Raise a Red Lantern was very good, but it was a lot of people said it was um, an I guess like an allegory. I think is probably the best word to use, an allegory for the Communist Party gaining power and the manipulations in between and how they control everything even though everybody's squabbling. You have to watch the movie to understand the allegory. But people say that it was an allegory and kind of a fuck you to the Communist Party. Um, and so the movie was actually banned in China for many, many years. Um, so yes, I am very interested in learning about Hong Kong cinema versus Chinese cinema because it's two very different things. Um, Danette said I took film appreciation in college, which turned out to be pretty informative. I'm really excited about it because like I wasn't able to take that in college. It just didn't happen for me. I don't even think I saw like a film appreciation class like anywhere to be honest. And I didn't really have any available like just like throwaway credits. So I wasn't able to take anything like that, even if there was something. Dragon Man. Easy Rider was good too, but kids today make fun of it. I'm gonna have to watch Easy Rider eventually. I know it's like kind of like the crux of like motorcycle culture. And me and my husband are big motorcycle people, so I need to eventually get into motorcycle films. But I will do it. I will do it eventually. Um, Dragonman was saying French New Wave films, early '60s. Yeah, but I'm excited for all of that. It's gonna be great. I was taking notes. I have to. Where's my notebook? I'll be right back. We'll go into this tangent real quick. So I have my trusty dusty notebook here. That's the same one I wrote my review in of Don't Look Up. I actually have been doing my class in. So I literally have a ton of notes. I've written these notes like 3 times, and then my notes kept like deleting on my phone and my laptop. Like there was a whole issue with trying to keep up with it. So I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna write it by hand. It's gonna take me longer, but I'd rather have it written so it doesn't keep deleting. So I have everything that she was talking about um, in the course overview. So German Expressionism, auteur theory, like it's not like author. Italian New Realism, Hollywood. She went into like Hays Code, which was really exciting because I know about Hays Code. Heist, transnational cinema, film techniques, and then we were going from there. I didn't get to finish, but yes, I've written these notes 100 times. Now it's physical, so don't have to worry about them magically poofing into the distance. But I'm very excited about all this. So yeah, that's my little foray into film, and I'm super excited. Crystal Barbarella. I haven't thought about that movie in years. Classic. I'm That's one of those movies that I've heard of. I've seen like online, like the image of it, of the like the cover. I know they put out like a really nice cover of a nice edition of Barbarella recently, or not probably recently, like the last couple years or so. Um, but I never really like was just like, huh, weird, and then kind of kept going. But I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah, that's why I was very confused. I was like, it was not a 60s movie, nor was it any kind of psychedelic kind of film. Oh, Dragon Man clarified. Sorry, I meant if, not it. I don't know what movie that is. Dragon Man says some of these films are on YouTube. I know Raise the Red Lantern is on YouTube. It's also free with Amazon Prime and IMDb TV. If you don't mind sitting through ads. He also said mainland China movies are not as good as Hong Kong. That's what a lot of people say, I feel like. But I'm curious to explore both. Uh, I'm gonna guess that which oh, I get it. Some college that's funny. I'm not doing that then. We're not watching Barbarella if I gotta do that first. Honestly, I love like weird movies and shit, so fuck. If I feel like if I like freaking Midsommar, I feel like I could and actually enjoy that weird ass trip of a movie. I probably could enjoy Barbarella. Let's look it up, shall we? Let's look up about Barbarella. I feel like I don't know what I'm like space Viking or like space not Viking space caveman. Um. Ooh, this sounds kind of awesome. Oh shit, that's Jane Fonda. That's crazy. I never realized that. Wild. The president of Earth, the entire Earth, um, sends space adventurer Barbarella on a mission to retrieve a scientist. She crash lands on a planet and explores its strange customs after a man rescues her from captivity. I'm so here for it. That sounds great. Oh, and it's free on Pluto? It's free on Pluto, y'all. If y'all want to watch that, it is free on Pluto. Um, Never did drugs, just drink beer. Fair, fair. Chris said Barbarella and Natural Born Killer. Sounds like a good night to me. Mood. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap it up because I have been here. We've all been here for going on 2 hours, which is wild. This was really fun though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was really fun for me. I'm sure you could tell that I was having a great time. Um, what can I say? I love movies. Uh, and this wrap up though, I will ask you guys Maybe I will do this poll, this informal poll in the Discord. Let me know. But I was wondering if you guys wouldn't mind engaging with me and letting me know what movie you guys would like to see me um review next. I am going to I words. I would like to watch Doctor Strangelove. I actually already have a fully written up review of Vicky Cristina Barcelona, and I have a lot of extremely intense feelings about that film and the creators of that movie. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys would like to see one of these movies or something else. I have a whole list of movies that I'd be down to watch and review. So let me know. I might watch Doctor Strangelove tonight, honestly, and take some notes for a review. But let me know if you guys are interested in watching one of those for the next review. Tuesday, we will have a film review that's TBA, so whatever you guys decide will be the winner. I guess we will pass it over to Discord because it seems like everybody's gonna is saying their goodnights right now. So thank you guys for sticking with me for 2 hours. What a wild ride this has been. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys had fun. Um, Dragonman said, "Have a good night. Good night, guys. Good night. Good night. Good night." I hope you guys have a really good night. Hopefully you guys can watch Doctor Strangelove. So we can talk about it on the next one. I got a lot. Got a lot to say. I'm sure. I'm sure I will have a lot to say about it. But anyways, thank you guys again for hanging out. I will see you guys really soon.